Welcome back, YouTube. My name is Tavikes28, as you all know, and we are back live once again for the Toronto Huskies franchise. And, well, it has been an interesting ride so far this season. For those of you that have been a part of it, I appreciate all of you. And for those of you that are new, what is the Toronto Huskies franchise and how did we get to where we are? So, real quick, I'll do a rundown here. The Toronto Huskies are a brand new franchise that essentially took over for the Jacksonville Jaguars because the owner, Shad Khan, no longer wanted to be a part of that franchise, so he sold the rights to the team to none other than Ryan, aka Fitzmagic, aka Fitzpatrick. And so he decided he wanted to own a team, and so he took the Jacksonville Jaguars, the rights to the team, and moved it to Toronto. Obviously, all the players from the Jacksonville Jaguars, for the most part, are all gone, and so they essentially had to start from scratch. And Ryan Fitzpatrick decided he was going to nominate himself as the starting quarterback. So he is the starting quarterback here in this franchise, and he is trying to essentially build a team in his own image, which is a lot of fun. If you don't know Ryan Fitzpatrick, he's one of the most entertaining players probably in NFL history, it feels like. So Ryan Fitzpatrick is obviously the owner and starting quarterback. And what we do in this franchise, we don't play the games necessarily. We go through and we more or less broadcast and commentate the games. So this is a team building exercise. We're trying to get together a roster that can win on its own without our help, if that makes sense. So we don't have to go in there and play in order for our team to win. Our team can win without us. And that is what makes this such a big challenge because, it's a lot easier for you to go in, play a game and win than for you to build a team that can win without you. So that's what this exercise is. We are not going to be playing the games. And so far this season, we've seen some interesting, play from both sides of the football. We've gotten our first win ever in Toronto Husky franchise history back in week number 2. But since then, it's been a rough go, especially offensively. And it has been, to be honest, pretty bad football on the offensive side of the ball. But alas, here we are in week number 7, gearing up for the Chicago Bears to come to town. This will be another game at the Den, aka in Toronto. That is the home stadium name for our Toronto Huskies. And without further ado, I suppose we should get into this thing. First, by upgrading a couple of players. As we can see here, we have some depth players that need some upgrading. And Andrew Wingard actually got on the football field a little bit in this last game. Part of it was just because of the way that the scheme was working that we were utilizing in that game. But we got to see him on the football field a little bit. Josh Harvey Clemens also has made some plays. We saw him make a play or two against none other than my Minnesota Vikings a few weeks ago. And so here we are once again. I'm still working on that scouting, so I've gotten a few more players done. We're getting there, slowly but surely. I'm working on the wide receivers right now, so that's the biggest list, obviously. So that's what's holding me up right now. Once I get through the scouting, I'm expecting to give you guys an update around maybe week 12 or so. That's the hope. So then you can see where we are, what players are in this draft class, and also at that point I will have scouted a few more players for you guys. So then you'll have a little bit more to look at, which is why I'm waiting to show you guys the scouting board. But it is time to see our Toronto Huskies live here once again, going up against none other than the Chicago Bears. And what that means is that it's going to be another NFC North team. Can we beat this NFC North team? We came real close last time when we played the Minnesota Vikings. If you didn't check that out, go check that game out. It was a lot of fun. We had a guest commentator for that game. So you're going to want to check that out. You got to hear someone other than myself speak, which is always fun. And so now we are going to be jumping right in here against the Chicago Bears. Hopefully it ends up being a pretty good game. The last couple of games have been a little bit more on the blowout fashion. Obviously that hopefully will end up changing here this week, but I have to say this Toronto Huskies defense has been playing lights out recently. I think that is probably the biggest both surprise and also, I guess, thing that we can count on, believe it or not, this season was our defense. I didn't necessarily expect that to be the case. I thought maybe some of our offensive weapons like CeeDee Lamb, as you see, who has 2 touchdowns on the season, I thought maybe he and maybe Henry Ruggs, who, by the way, if you haven't heard, is dealing with some legal trouble. We will get some more updates in the coming weeks on that. Go check out Reese Recker, our NFL insider, on Twitter to get the full information about that once it comes out. Obviously, right now, everyone's still trying to figure out what's going on. And as we also mentioned, Reese Recker mentioned the Isaiah Wilson situation. He's contemplating whether he wants to have a future in football anymore. So he's our starting right tackle right now. So there's a chance that this Toronto Huskies team is actually going to get worse before it gets better. As you see, our starting quarterback, Ryan Fitzpatrick, no interceptions on the year, but only 3 touchdowns through, I believe, 5 or 6 games. It's not a very good number, but Fitz is protecting the football, which what matters most. And on first down under center, we're going to hand this football off to Patrick Laird on the first play of the game. As you take a look, we got a pretty young offensive line here. Now you see Isaiah Wilson on that right side may not be playing for them for much longer, just like Henry Ruggs there. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with those 2 players, as we have Ryan Fitzpatrick in the gun, sending a man in motion, and he's going to hand it off on the jet sweep there. Little pitch to his receiver, gets a couple of yards. Now looking at this defensive unit for the Chicago Bears, they have a very good front 7. You know, you got Khalil Mack, you got Roquan Smith, you got Robert Quinn. They have a lot of playmakers on this defense. In the secondary, they got some veteran guys like Eddie Jackson who can make things happen. I think that this is going to be a pretty tough matchup for this offense. Kyle Fuller as well. And there's going to be, on third down, play action and almost intercepted. That was a very bad, pretty dangerous pass from Ryan Fitzpatrick on that one. It was a pass over to the left-hand side that I think that he just underthrew almost. Maybe he just didn't even see the safety there. And it looks like that's exactly what happened. He didn't even see the safety over there, who just put his hand up essentially, put a paw in the air and grabbed that one. It's lucky that he didn't put 2 hands in the air to intercept that, because that could have been a pick 6. All right, looks like it's going to be a 3-and-out for this Toronto Huskies offense to start. We've seen a lot of that this year, and what a booming punt from this Huskies special teams. So that means that this is going to be a first down at the 20-yard line for Mitchell Trubisky, who we saw him really dismantling the Lions a few weeks ago. So we're wondering, are we going to see that Mitchell Trubisky, or are we going to see the guy who we all know to be a lackluster quarterback? The Chicago Bears offense comes out with a bunch set to the right-hand side, and they're going to hand it off right up the middle. That looks like it's going to be Tariq Cohen on a 7-yard gain. I believe that's Josh Bynes on the tackle, the veteran presence. That veteran presence in the middle of the field has been very key for this Toronto defense, because he's calling the plays for this defense. Obviously, we have some other veterans like Logan Ryan and Rashad Jones in the back end. However, it has been Josh Bynes calling the plays this season. Another handoff here, though, and what a move right there by Tariq Cohen, making a man miss. That's going to be a gain of about 13 yards for Tariq Cohen and a first down. He looks really good to start this game. It's going to be a problem if they are not able to shut this running attack down, which is something that they've been very good at, the Toronto Huskies, that is, throughout this entire season, really. They've had some pretty tough matchups, including guys like Derrick Henry, Le'Veon Bell, Dalvin Cook, even Joe Mixon. They've shut most of those guys down. Maybe not so much Le'Veon Bell, but all the other guys they've been able to shut down. And that doesn't necessarily track here, as the Chicago Bears have been having their way right now to start this game. But that time, a very small gain. As you take a look at this offense from the Bears, they have some playmakers. David Montgomery, the young running back, Tariq Cohen, so they have a two-back system there. Obviously Mitchell Trubisky, Allen Robinson outside, so they've got some playmakers on the Chicago offense, and that's exactly what we're going to throw to the outside here, and that's going to be a first down. Fighting for yards, I believe that's going to be Anthony Miller. His first reception on the day, 11 yards and a first down. Rashad Jones on the tackle. Another quick pass to that left-hand side. And this time, looks like it was a screen pass that didn't really go anywhere. Anthony Miller with a reception again. Looking at this defense, though, the Floyd Ellis, the rookie in the middle, the first ever draft pick for this Toronto team, has been phenomenal. Probably the best defensive player for them this season. Rashad Jones in the back end has been helping out to keep limiting those big plays. It's a very young defense, though, for the most part. And another carry right up the middle this time, and that's going to be a second down carry for about 6 yards, making it 3rd and 4 here. And they're going to drop back. Trubisky throws over to the right-hand side, and that's going to be an open receiver for a first down, and that's Allen Robinson's first catch on the day for 4 yards. I expect him to be a very big part of this football game, and I think that he's going to be a problem for this Toronto defense this entire game. And that looks like it was the rookie on coverage, Branch, who so far has been an up and down this season. He's had some moments, but he's also let up some big plays. And right now, it's another carry up the middle. That's Tariq Cohen again, making people miss, getting out to about the 29-yard line, clearly in field goal range at this point, on a 7-yard first down carry. And that was a Fedi Adenabo, who's been pretty good for this defense, making the tackle. Another carry up the middle here on second down, gets first down yardage, but immediately stopped after the marker. And that's going to be Quincy Williams, who has also been a very good integral part of this of this rush defense. And it's going to be another completion from Mitchell Trubisky to Cordero Patterson. And Trubisky drops back, looks over to the right-hand side, finds a receiver open, and that's going to be Anthony Miller with another catch. 4 for 4 to start this drive is Mitchell Trubisky. He's inside the 10-yard line. First and goal at the 6, and they're going to hand it right off the middle, and that's going to be Tariq Cohen for about 4 yards. Tariq Cohen is looking pretty good to start this day. Josh Bynes coming down, though, to make the stop. Now they're going to send Tariq Cohen out of the backfield, out wide, making an empty backfield on second and goal from the 4. Trubisky drops back over the middle, out to the right-hand side. Had a wide open, nobody anywhere near Tariq Cohen on the outside, but he ends up stepping out, not making the catch. That's just not very good awareness there. So on third and goal, they're going to complete this to the flat on the left-hand side, but only gets down to the 1-yard line. That is very good defense. That's Trey Burton with the reception. And that's great defense from this Toronto Huskies team, because right now, they're going to be about, unless they go for it, that's going to be a goal line stand. And that seems to be the way that this defense works. As you take a look from the pylon cam, really good camera angle here, seeing him go down right before the marker. But that seems to be the key to this Toronto defense, is bend but don't break. Toronto has had some pretty good defensive games. It's just that the offense has been so lackluster for them that their defense, you can't hold them, to no points for the entire game if you're on the football field for 40 or 45 minutes out of the game. So now Jason Sanders, ex-Miami Dolphin kicker, comes out here to kick this one off, and Toronto's going to return this past the 20, past the 25, and down to the 28-yard line. Good field position here to start for this Toronto team. as Ashton Doolin on the return. As you see this offense coming back out, I'd really like to see some more involvement from these receivers like CeeDee Lamb, because right now, you know, the last couple of weeks we haven't seen those guys get involved as much as I'd like. So Ryan Fitzpatrick right now, he's under center in I formation. He's going to hand this football off right up the middle with nowhere to go. That is John Kelly going backwards for 5 yards. That is Bilal Nichols on the tackle. That's part of that great defensive front that I was talking about for this Chicago team. You know, they have linebackers, they have defensive tackles, defensive ends. They've got all the different playmaking positions that can just shed blocks and get to those runners in the backfield. So now it's 2nd and 15. Fitz is going to look over the middle, complete this pass, and a broken tackle, and down the football field for a first down. That is Jesper Horsted, the second tight end for this Toronto team. And that was a very nice play there, finding the opening over the middle and then breaking a tackle, getting to that first down yardage. That was also a very good ball placement from Ryan Fitzpatrick. Kind of threw it a little behind him, but away from the defender there. That allowed Jesper Horsted to make the move to break that tackle. And now it's going to be a handoff over to the right-hand side. Patrick Laird gets about 2 yards on that carry as he trucks a defender. Danny Trevathan on the tackle. Ryan Fitzpatrick drops back here on 2nd and 8. Moves up in the pocket, throws down the sideline, but out of bounds. Had a receiver there on a one-on-one situation right on the sideline, but didn't want to risk it. It's going to be 3rd and 8 from the 43. Fitz drops back. He's moving in the pocket. He's under pressure, and he goes down. That is Robert Quinn with the sack. And I think that might be the trend for this Toronto offense today, is just plays that are going backwards. I think they're going to have a tough time, you know, protecting Ryan Fitzpatrick today, because right now it's not looking like this offensive line, as young as they are, you know, the veteran presence on the defensive line for the Bears, I think, is getting the best of them right now. So Josh Bynes is getting his defense ready to go, as he expects to be coming out here after a 4th and 15 punt from this Toronto team. And Matt Hack takes this punt, and that's a booming punt through the back of the end zone. There must be some wind out here in Toronto today. And speaking of weather conditions, this is the first time this season that we've had a game in Toronto that is not raining, actually. So that's something to keep an eye on here. As we see Chicago setting up with a bunch formation on the left-hand side, and that should be a pitch to Tariq Cohen on the outside, but great defensive pressure there to get in the backfield. That is going to be a combination of Josh Bynes, and I'm not sure who the other defender was there, but that was a gang tackle in the backfield for a 2-yard loss. And I believe that might have been Rashad Jones. Yes, Rashad Jones and Josh Bynes, the veterans, teaming up to make that tackle there on first down, setting up a 2nd and long here for the Chicago offense. It's going to be 2nd and 12 from the 18-yard line. About 20 seconds left here in this first quarter, and it's going to be a throw to the flat, and the defensive, you know, coverage has been all over right now. And that's Trey Burton for only about a 1-yard gain, making it 3rd and 11. All right, that's going to wrap up the end of this first quarter, and the score is going to be 3-0 Chicago. And speaking of Chicago, to start this second quarter, they're going to be in a tough spot. 3rd and 11 from the 19. Trubisky drops back, throws over to the right-hand side, and finds a man, breaks a tackle, and goes downfield there for a decent gain. That is actually not Cordero Patterson. I was wrong earlier. That is Greg Ward, I believe. Nice play, though, by Greg Ward to find the opening, break this tackle, and then put the Jets on to almost get away from the defender there. That's going to be a good first down for this Chicago offense. That was the veteran and Rashad Jones just getting thrown off of him. So under center here on first down, it's going to be a handoff up the middle, finding a little bit of a zone there, and getting a first down is Tariq Cohen on, I believe, an 11-yard rush from Tariq Cohen, 10 or 11 yards on that first down. That is Lano Hill, who has been up and down this season for this Toronto defense. He is coming in on the tackle, but that was a nice ball carrier vision from Tariq Cohen to cut it back, find the opening. That's a good lane to get to, and then make a man miss on top of that before Lano Hill. That's a rookie Branch just getting his shoes juked right out of. So now here on 1st and 10 from the 50-yard line, we have under center Mitchell Trubisky, and he's going to hand it off right up the middle. Again, another little lane here for Tariq Cohen, as he's a shifty back. So even if it's a small lane, he's going to find that opening. And that's what we see here on first down, getting 7 yards. Another carry right up the middle, this time a little bit less room, but I believe that's going to be close to first down yardage, making it 3rd and inches, though. They call it short. With 9 minutes left to go in the second quarter, they're going to hand it off one more time right up the middle, and plenty of room here for David Montgomery this time, getting that 3rd down carry for first down yardage. And I'm curious to see how David Montgomery ends up turning out for this Chicago offense, because they have a slew of pretty talented running backs. And now we have Trubisky again handing off, this time to the 3rd string running back. I believe that is Christian. This is 2nd carry of the game, looking pretty good with a 5-yard carry. And now a quick pass over to the right-hand side here, and they've got space, putting the Jets on down the sideline. That's going to be a first down and more from Anthony Miller with his 3rd reception. A 17-yard gain for the Chicago offense, getting him into the red zone now, clearly getting ready to put some more points on this scoreboard. That was a really nice block there on the rookie Branch to seal that edge and get Anthony Miller down the sideline. All right, we've got a Thursday night game here, and it is, well, about what you expect from a Thursday night game, to be honest. So we have Trubisky, though, handing this one off and getting stuffed with about a 1-yard carry from Tariq Cohen on first down, making it 2nd and 9. And we have Quincy Williams on the tackle. And now Mitchell Trubisky takes the snap and throws it over the middle, finds the wide open receiver. That is, I believe, Allen Robinson with the catch, and getting another first down, making it 1st and goal at the 2-yard line. I am smelling a touchdown here for this Chicago offense, and I think they smell the blood in the water as well, because they are like piranhas here, just eating away at this Toronto defense right now. And you can tell these veterans, they're starting to look gassed. All right, we have Mitchell Trubisky under center. 2 receivers to the right-hand side, and they hand it off right up the middle and almost getting there. That's Tariq Cohen. And they're going to actually call him down at about the 1.5 yard line or so. 2nd and goal from that mark. There's 6 minutes left. They're going to hand it right off up the middle again. What a play there. That is David Montgomery. And he gets hit in the backfield. I thought it was going to be another nice stop from Toronto, but he just shakes off that tackle and goes in for the touchdown. Nice play from David Montgomery. Good blocking up front. But I think that was all David Montgomery on that play more than anything, because he had a player on him in the backfield and was able to slip that tackle and find his way into the end zone. It's a good effort from David Montgomery. And now, pending this extra point, the score will be 10-0. Chicago. It is 10-zip. Jason Sanders nailing the extra point. This Huskies offense, once again, struggling to move the football. We desperately need to see them get some first downs here in this upcoming drive and some points on the board. And it's going to be a touchback here from Ashton Doolin, having the Toronto Huskies now start from the 25-yard line. All right, you see some movement here on the scoreboard after that last Chicago drive, and now it's time for the Toronto offense to do the same, and we see Ryan Fitzpatrick finding a man out there to the left-hand side for an 8-yard completion on first down, making it 2nd and 2, and he's going to fake the handoff, and we got some pressure, and he has nowhere to go. He sees Khalil Mack coming, goes to turn around, and just gets smacked. That is a 9-yard loss. And honestly, I would have rather they just handed the football off there. But Ryan Fitzpatrick feels the pressure coming, goes to move out of the pocket, second guesses it, and then just gets hit in the back by none other than Khalil Mack for the 2nd sack on the day. So now on 3rd and 11, Chicago's going to drop, Ryan Fitzpatrick and this Toronto team is going to drop back and find a guy over the middle for about a 3 or 4 yard gain. That is Patrick Laird with Roquan Smith on the coverage and tackle there. Good defensive awareness to just get that underneath stuff and tackle immediately. That's going to force another 3 and out for this Toronto team. Matt Hack getting ready to punt this football away. And it's another pretty big punt here from Matt Hack. And a nice move there to make the first man miss, getting some yardage on this return. Tariq Cohen getting out to the 27-yard line, setting his offense up pretty good. And just like that, Tariq Cohen, over 50 yards today. He's been pretty consistent for the Chicago offense. He's kind of been the machine in this offense that's just plugging away. And it looks like they are setting up for another run possibly here on first down. And that's exactly what they do, right up the middle. Tariq Cohen has all the room in the world, getting about 7 or 8 yards on that first down carry. So now in shotgun we have Trubisky faking the handoff and getting the read option himself. Oh, but a fumble, and then it gets picked up, and they continue to move down the football field. Toronto forces the fumble on Mitchell Trubisky, who takes the read option out to the outside, gets a first down, but then a fumble is forced, and none other than, I believe that is Trey Burton, picks it up and continues to move down the football with it. Move down the football field with the football. Getting to close to the 50-yard line, I believe. All right, Trubisky drops back, deep drop here, all the time in the world, and almost intercepted. That was a great read by the defensive back. That could have been a pick 6 if he would have been able to actually intercept that football. And now we have Mitchell Trubisky dropping back, finding a man over the middle. That is David Montgomery making a man miss and getting some extra yards down to the 44, making it 3rd and 4 here after that 6-yard reception. Empty backfield, Trubisky drops back, finds a guy over on the right-hand side, another broken tackle, and another first down. All right, you see wide open there over on that right-hand side. Once again, Branch in coverage, he plays a little bit too far off and allows that completion underneath for the first down. And now Trubisky hands it off up the middle for a couple of yards. Now that's going to be getting us to the 2-minute warning in the first half. Right now the score is 10-0 with the Chicago Bears in field goal range again. So now another handoff up the middle, this time stopped immediately. Tariq Cohen has pretty much nowhere to go. Ifedi Adenabo with the stop on 3rd down here. Another pass to the right-hand side, finding another open receiver. Mitchell Trubisky, 12 for 14, over 100 yards on the day. Anthony Miller with another reception here. That was just soft coverage that allows the receiver to find an opening, sit down, and let his quarterback just hit him on the outside there. Mitchell Trubisky looking pretty good right now. I can understand why those Detroit Lions were down 35-0 to them at one point a few weeks ago. And Trubisky drops back over the middle, finds another receiver here. That is, I believe, Trey Burton with the reception. It's an 8-yard catch, getting down to the 8-yard line, making it 2nd and 2 at the 8. A nice little angle route from Trey Burton to get inside, find the opening, and get another reception there. I believe it's his 3rd catch on the day. All right, a timeout's going to get called here with about a minute left in this football game. Chicago wanting to talk things over. Coming out of that timeout, though, they're going to drop back, throw the football, and get pressured. That's going to be a sack on Mitchell Trubisky. Another timeout from Chicago, I believe. And that's going to be their 2nd timeout. What a sack. This could end up forcing a field goal instead of a touchdown. Trubisky drops back over, scans over to the right side once again, finds another receiver over there, but the tackle is made short of the marker. And another timeout gets called here, this time from Toronto, as Chicago is gearing up to make another field goal, pushing it to 13-0. Chicago leads. Now, if Toronto can score here before halftime, they do have time, 47 seconds on the clock. If they can score before halftime, this can still be a football game that is winnable for them. Sanders kicks this one off, gets all of it into the end zone for a touchback. Ashton Doolin probably making a right call there. So 47 seconds left for this Toronto team, and I have to say, Ryan Fitzpatrick has his work cut out for him. Only 2 timeouts, so they're going to have to move pretty quickly. Ryan Fitzpatrick in the gun, and he's going to scan the field, find a receiver over the middle. That's a 1st down, and a timeout is called from this Toronto offense. Down to the 36-yard line, Fitzpatrick empty backfield right now, clearly throwing the football, and they find another receiver open over the middle, and that is a 2nd catch in a row for this Toronto offense, and they are trying to move quickly. And another snap here, fake the handoff, and then go deep over the middle, but a pretty dangerous throw, actually. About 3 or 4 various Cleveland Browns, or not Cleveland Browns, Chicago Bears were around that ball. Another catch. What a catch on the sideline. Ryan Fitzpatrick drops back on that throw and just throws a dot down the sideline for about 25 yards or so, I want to say. And just like that, Toronto, they use their last timeout, setting up a field goal before halftime, and they nail it. It's going to be a 13-3 game going to halftime. What a drive from Ryan Fitzpatrick. And that is what I've been looking for, them to push the football down the football field this season. That has not been the case for this offense. And imagine that. They do that, and look, CeeDee Lamb gets involved with a 26-yard reception. And a broken tackle here on the kickoff, but only getting to the 26. So I expect them to go ahead and just kneel this and go to halftime, and that's what it looks like they're doing. And we're going to take a look at halftime, some of the games around the country, because we have some interesting ones for you in this week. And right now, the Toronto Huskies trail the Chicago Bears 13-3 at halftime. It has been all Chicago in this one. As you see some of the games around the league, and there's a lot of, close games, some divisional matchups here. See the Texans and Colts and Lions and Packers, some divisional games there that could have some impact on the final standings. And then later today, you are going to see some more, or not today, I guess, on Sunday, you'll see some more games, including the Cowboys on another Sunday night game against the Rams, traveling to the St. Louis Rams, technically, or excuse me, LA Rams. I'm traveling back in time too far there. As you see some of these nice plays, and I still say that right there, that might be the play to upstart this Toronto offense. Hopefully it gives the defense some momentum too, to see their offense actually do something positive for once. And it looks like it's going to be a good return to start the second half here by Chicago, getting to the 33-yard line. And you see Mitchell Trubisky coming back out onto the football field. David Montgomery vulturing a touchdown earlier in this game from none other than Tariq Cohen. Now we have Trubisky taking the snap and handing it off to none other than Tariq Cohen for another good gain as well. 6 yards in that first down carry. And they need to, shut down those running lanes right now. It's one thing that Toronto's usually been good at, but not this game. Another first down carry here. I believe that's Tariq Cohen again. This man has 75 yards already on this day, and it does not look like he's slowing down. And look at that. That is, I believe, Terrell Beckwith just, tackling his own player. That is unfortunate right there, and that's what Tariq Cohen does. And another handoff to Tariq Cohen, this time getting about 2 yards on the carry. All right, they're going to hand it off one more time, this time to the outside. Tries to make a man miss, but instead gets hit. And that's going to be about a 1 yard gain. Quincy Williams making the play. And on third down, they're going to drop back and find a receiver out of the backfield. That is, I believe, Christian out of the backfield, making this a 4th and 5 from the 49 of Toronto. I'm assuming they're going to punt here, especially given they have the lead. That's some good coverage downfield to just force the check down and then come up and make the tackle. And it looks like Pat O'Donnell is going to be punting here. And a pretty... Ooh, that was close. I thought it was going to be a pretty good punt. And, cornering him down there inside the 10, but it just gets away from him. Going into the end zone for a touchback. Starting this drive off at the 20, the Toronto Huskies and Ryan Fitzpatrick, they need to get something going right now. Because Toronto, up to this point, they've had that one drive. Hopefully they have some momentum off that drive. They're going to throw it immediately here and get a completion to CeeDee Lamb, who just made that really nice play at the end of the first half to get him into field goal range. And that's going to be a 4 yard reception. And now they're going to hand it off up the middle to Patrick Laird, who gets about 2 yards and then gets tackled by Khalil Mack. And so now it's 3rd and 4. They need to get this first down. Bunch set to the left-hand side. Fitz in the gun. He's going to drop back, look over the middle. Complete, though, for a first down. That's right, a first down for this offense right now. Ryan Fitzpatrick to Keontae Bonds, the big rookie wide receiver. Eddie Jackson on the tackle. But they are now starting to get a little bit of momentum offensively. Let's see if they can continue this and roll it into a nice drive. Now it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 31 for Toronto, as they're going to hand this off right up the middle. They have some room now, and that is Patrick Laird getting up to the 38-yard line on about a 6 or 7 yard carry to start this drive. We're looking like Chicago's offense right now. And now, speaking of Chicago, look at that. None other than Khalil Mack with a sack. And it looks like he is getting fired up right now. Toronto is going to have to figure out a way to stop him, because Ryan Fitzpatrick right now, he just didn't have the time in the pocket right there. He had to move around and didn't get the opportunity to throw the football because he could feel the pressure coming, and when he tried to finally step and throw the football, it was just too late. So 3rd and 11 here at the 31-yard line. Ryan Fitzpatrick in the gun, empty backfield. He's going to throw over to the left-hand side on a quick throw. It is complete, but only for about 3 or 4 yards. That is CeeDee Lamb with his 3rd reception. I'm not sure why they threw such a short pass there. I was hoping they were going to push the envelope down the football field. But instead, they just go for a quick pass, and I guess they were hoping CeeDee Lamb would break a tackle, but even if he did, that's still 7 yards from the first down. Now Toronto goes and punts this one back to Chicago, who is going to return this from about the the 16 or 17 yard line, and that's Tariq Cohen getting another good return, about 10 or 12 yards on that return. All right, Mitchell Trubisky and company now in the gun to start this. Throwing is what they're electing to do, and they actually end up running it out of the pocket as Mitchell Trubisky, who ends up getting hit right before the first down marker, making it 2nd and 2. Now, we've seen Trubisky move out of the pocket a couple of times today. And now they're going to fake the handoff, and we've got some pressure on that right-hand side. That is Rasheem Green with the sack. You know, he's kind of heated up recently. He was real quiet to start the season. Didn't get a sack until, I believe, in that Minnesota game when he got his first sack. And now he's got another one here against another NFC North opponent. And Trubisky almost got that football off. Green getting there just in time. And now making it 3rd and 10. A little bit of a longer 3rd down now. And Chicago's going to take this ball. And he's got a lot of pressure on him again, but finds the opening. Oh my goodness. I don't know how he made that throw. That was like a Patrick Mahomes-esque throw there to Tariq Cohen going over the middle. Look at that. Look at that throw. That's just impressive right there from Mitchell Trubisky. I can't believe I'm saying Trubisky and impressive in the same sentence. But here we are. 1st down for Chicago after about a 13-yard reception from Tariq Cohen. And that's why he's so good, Cohen. He can do it out of the backfield and with rushing the football. He's so much of a dual threat. Another completion here over the middle to Allen Robinson on a little slant route, getting another 1st down. They have over 250 offensive yards now, Chicago. And a low snap that ends up going to the running back here on a handoff, and Cohen doesn't have much room at all as he gets tackled for about no gain. Josh Bynes with his 5th tackle, and now they're going to hand it off up the middle, and another good tackle, this time on David Montgomery, who gets nowhere to go with the football. And now it's going to be 3rd and 10 from the 47-yard line. Another pass here. They're going to be, a little bit of pressure on Trubisky, and he gets out of the pocket. Oh no, a fumble, and that's going to be recovered by the defense. Trubisky trying to make something happen, gets the 1st down and more, but instead of sliding, he elects to take on the contact and fumbles. That's his 2nd fumble on the day. This is the first one, though, that gets recovered by the defense. I believe that does look like it's an actual fumble. And yes, it looks like the ball is out before he ever touches the ground. Nice play from this Toronto defense. I would love to see some more turnovers from this defense. They've only had a couple of forced fumbles this season. No interceptions that really from any team this season. It's been pretty, lackluster in the interception department. And right here on 1st down, they're going to push the envelope downfield like I said on the last drive. Fitz completes it down to the 45-yard line on the play action. Nice play there, and that is Henry Ruggs with a 26-yard reception to start this drive off with none other than Kyle Fuller on coverage. Ends up beating Fuller, but he still ends up coming back and getting the tackle. But that could have been a bigger play if Fuller doesn't make that tackle, because he makes the safety miss on that juke, Ruggs does. So not giving up on the play is Kyle Fuller making the tackle. And now another throw here, and they're going to move around in the pocket. That's Ryan Fitzpatrick finding another completion over the middle. This time for about 9.5 yards, 2nd and inches here from the 35-yard line, and they're going to try for a quick throw, and immediately Akeem Hicks sacks Ryan Fitzpatrick, only for about a 1-yard loss, but it's like he just untouched right through the offensive line and gets him. I don't know if I've ever seen that. He just untouched. They try for a chip block, and he just whiffs. Akeem Hicks coming and getting Fitzpatrick immediately, making it 3rd and 1 now. Under center, Fitzpatrick, he takes the snap, hands it off up the middle, and that's going to be Khalil Mack. Probably not the direction you want to run at him, making the tackle, him and Bilal Nichols combining. And that's going to be a 4th and 1 now from about the 35 or 36-yard line. It's going to be a long field goal. It is doable, though, for Josh Lambo. Are they going to elect to go the field goal route or try and get a touchdown here and get this first down? Well, it looks like they're going to elect for the field goal. This would make it a 1-score game if they were to get it. And Josh Lambo, and he gets it. That was close. I believe it bounced off the crossbar and through, making it a 6-13 game right now, a 7-point game. So if their defense can show up again and Toronto's offense can get another opportunity, just like that, it could be a tie football game. And they are just about to start the 4th quarter here as this Toronto defense fired up after having a couple of sacks recently, getting that turnover on the last drive. They're hoping to get some more momentum pushing towards this Toronto defense. And now Chicago, under center is Mitchell Trubisky. He's going to take this snap, look over to the right-hand side, and that's going to be complete. That should be about a 7-yard reception here on first down, making it 2nd and 3. And Trubisky's going to hand it off up the middle, making a couple of moves. That is another first down for Tariq Cohen. Quincy Williams making the tackle. And a quick throw over to the outside, and that's going to be Allen Robinson going backwards for 3 yards. Great play, that time by the rookie corner, Richie Branch. And I have to say, he has looked, very good on some of these screen passes. And right there, I think that Allen Robinson starts to try and get backwards. I think he's trying to run around Richie Branch, but Branch, it's a pretty quick corner there. And on 2nd and 13, another throw to the left-hand side, going deep, and that is going to be incomplete. One-on-one with the safety. Gets a hand on it. Allen Robinson, the intended target, down the sideline. And now they're going to fake the handoff on 3rd and 13. Over the middle, finds Allen Robinson. Oh my gosh, that has to be a gut-wrenching 3rd down conversion for this Toronto defense that really had a nice drive going defensively, but they let up the first down and more here from Allen Robinson. Oh gosh. That's also getting him into field goal range. So this Chicago offense, they have completely flipped the script here. Another good tackle on Tariq Cohen here for only about a 1-yard gain. That's Quincy Williams again on run defense. And another handoff up the middle. Lots of room here. A first down and more for, that is Christian, the 3rd string running back. Lano Hill, the safety, who just made a play on a deep ball, making the tackle there. With about 8 minutes left in this game from the 20-yard line, it's going to be 1st and 10. Trubisky drops back, throws a quick pass to the flat. That's going to be a completed pass to, I believe that could be Trey Burton, or Jimmy Graham, excuse me, with the reception. Only a 2-yard catch. We haven't called Jimmy Graham's name yet today. That's his first catch on the day. He's been pretty quiet, although he's splitting snaps with Trey Burton right now. And now Trubisky is going to hand this football off to Tariq Cohen, going to the outside, making a man miss, and he gets injured on the play. Tariq Cohen goes down pretty hard, and he looks like he's hurt his back. That's going to be a 1st and 10 from the 10-yard line, though. Tariq Cohen going to the locker room. That does not look too good for the Bears running back. So we're probably going to see some more of David Montgomery. And they're going to drop back and throw it, though, here on 1st down. Wide open in the flat. That is Trey Burton making something happen. Getting down to the 3-yard line, making it 2nd and 3. And Trubisky is going to hand this one off up the middle and making people miss and then just powering his way into the end zone. That is Christian on the great touchdown run there. You have to get a replay of this or something, because he makes a man miss and then powers his way into the end zone, makes 2 men miss, and then just drags Lano Hill into the end zone for the touchdown. Look at this move, splitting the 2 defenders and then powering through Lano Hill. That is a great carry from this third running back on the Chicago offense. And that's going to push it to 20-6. And just like that, it's a 14-point game for this Chicago team, holding a pretty steady lead. And Toronto, they need to get something going on here. With only 6.5 minutes left in this game, they're going to have to make some drives. And Toronto is going to be stopped at the 25-yard line. Ashton Doolin goes down with about a decent return that would have been equivalent to just taking a knee. But Ryan Fitzpatrick and company comes on out onto the football field. After having a couple of good drives in a row ever since halftime, and now Fitz drops back, scans the field and throws it to the right-hand side, and I think that's complete. What a catch! Oh my goodness, what a catch right there. That is Henry Ruggs on the sideline, and he is fired up. That was a great throw from Ryan Fitzpatrick over there on that corner route, getting to Ruggs, the defender is, but it's just a perfect placed ball, and that is going to be a 1st down as the knee gets down in bounds. Henry Ruggs with another great catch. They're going to have empty backfield, sending Patrick Laird out on this 1st down. And then another throw here over the middle, this time complete to, I believe that might be Delaney Walker, for the 4-yard reception. Veteran to veteran there. And now sending the running back out of the backfield again. Empty backfield now for Fitzpatrick. And he's going to take this snap, throws it quick again over the middle, completes for about 3-yard gain, making it 3rd and 2. That's Henry Ruggs with another reception. Now Fitz throwing over the middle again, finds an open receiver. This time it's CeeDee Lamb getting down to the 35-yard line, and that's going to be another 1st down for this Toronto offense. They seem to have things going here ever since that drive right before halftime. That was a nice throw over to CeeDee Lamb, coming across the middle with a slant route. All right, and now we have another 1st down at the 35-yard line for Toronto. Fitz drops back, sets up a screen play. That's Patrick Laird with the reception. He's going to be bouncing this outside of the 29-yard line, and that's going to be a 6-yard start on this 1st down catch and run. And now this is going to be Fitz again, looking over to that right-hand side. What a throw down the sideline, and the receiver steps out at the 6-yard line. That is the rookie Keontae Bonds with a 22-yard catch down the sideline. And right now, Ryan Fitzpatrick, he looks like the best quarterback in the NFL with some of the throws he's making. I have to say, when his Fitz gets going, he is unstoppable. And now with 3:45 left on the clock, Toronto with a 1st and goal for the first time in this game. And they're going to try and hand this football off for -2 yards to Reichwell Armstead with nowhere to run. I think they should keep with the passing attack because that seems to be what's getting them down the football field on this drive. As you can see there, that was just good penetration by Roquan Smith. All right, 3 minutes and 20 seconds and counting to go. Ryan Fitzpatrick, he's going to put a man in motion from right to left. And now he's going to hand the football right up the middle, getting about a yard or two. Reichwell Armstead gets grabbed immediately. This is 3rd down and goal from the 7-yard line, and Fitz is going to hand it off. Oh, it's a fake. He's going to elect to throw it, and that looks like it's complete. I don't know. They're going to rule it out of bounds. That's Jesper Horsted. He tries to get both feet in with a little toe tap. We're going to have to see another replay here, and I don't know. That was close. They elect to go for it here on 4th and goal. And Ryan Fitzpatrick fakes the handoff, gets a throw off, and that's just not going to have it. This defense putting some hands in the throwing lanes, and I believe that was Roquan Smith getting a hand up and almost intercepting the football. Yes, that is Roquan Smith getting a hand up in front of that pass. It would have been a tough one to complete anyways, but that is just unfortunate. This Toronto team needed that touchdown right there to stay in this football game. They can still stay in it. They're going to need a big defensive stop here, though. Pretty much a 3 and out in order to stay in this football game. At the 7-yard line, I assume in I formation they're going to run this football. And that is, no, they're going to, actually it's going to be a quarterback run here to the outside. And that's going to be Mitchell Trubisky holding on to it for about a 5-yard gain, getting down to the 2-minute warning now. So it's 2nd and 5. There's still an opportunity to get a 3 and out for this Toronto defense. Now Trubisky's under center. And he's going to hand this one off right up the middle, and that is going to be, I think, David Montgomery getting tackled before the 1st down marker. So it's going to be 3rd down here. 3rd and 1. If they can get a stop here, their offense has another opportunity. And they're going to hand it, oh no, it's going to be play action. And Ryan Fitzpatrick, Mitchell Trubisky is going to run with the football once again, and this time getting the 1st down. I believe that's going to end this football game, or pretty much, as this Toronto defense, and they're still going to run play action. What are they doing right here? Quick pass, dump off to Jimmy Graham, and another timeout from Toronto. That's going to be their final timeout. So essentially, a 1st down ends this game. Chicago under center is Mitchell Trubisky. I keep doing it. Is Mitchell Trubisky with David Montgomery on the carry. Gets about 2 yards. It's 3rd and 6 now. In I formation. Trubisky is going to hand this, nope, another play action, and he's going to throw over to the right-hand side, and that is out of bounds. Electing to throw it here. I don't know what is going on with this play calling from Chicago. A lot of play action and trying to bait this defense in, and that would have been a completion, but Jimmy Graham just has that 1 foot out of bounds when he goes to make the catch. Pat O'Donnell with the punt, and fair catch called at the 25-yard line. No timeouts, though, for this Toronto offense. So they're going to have to utilize that sideline. Although they were able to do that on that last drive pretty well. We'll have to see what Ryan Fitzpatrick and company can get called here. With 3 receivers to the right-hand side, Fitz is in the gun. He's going to take this snap, And he's under pressure, and he goes down. That's going to pretty much call it. You know, Akeem Hicks with the sack. That's 2nd and 18 now. They're going to snap another one. And another pressure from that defensive front. That is Khalil Mack with his 3rd sack on the day. And now they're just going to elect to run this football and end this football game. That's Patrick Laird on the run. It is 20-6 right now. The Huskies offense, they really started to pick things up in the second half, but unfortunately couldn't get that touchdown on that one drive, which kind of sealed the deal for them because they were just a little bit too far behind. As you can see, just the rushing attack from that Bears offense, they had almost more rushing yards than they did passing yards. That Bears offense has been a rushing machine, and Fitz is angry right now, and rightfully so. He didn't have a bad game by any means. He just didn't have any touchdowns to his name. Actually was having a really good game, if you think about it, with all those throws down the sideline he was making. But unfortunately, it does not equate to a win as the Bears take down the Toronto Huskies 20-6. All right, that's going to wrap up this Week 7 matchup between the Bears and the Huskies. Hopefully, the Huskies offense can get things turned around. I don't know, though, because things right now have just not been looking in their favor at all. So next week, when we jump in again, that's going to be Week 8 against the Indianapolis Colts. And hopefully we can turn things around, although right now in our division we are pretty much out of it at this point, with the Texans running away at 4-1. We're down to 1-5. I don't think there's any chance for the playoffs for this squad. At this point, it's just growing the team and developing these young players. That is the goal of this first season with the Toronto Huskies. So until next time, I thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a great day, and hopefully you tune back in next time, and keep your eye on Reese Recker, our NFL insider here on the record, and that's a WRECKERD1. Okay, that is ONTHREWRECKERD1 on Twitter. He will be posting some stuff about some changes here to this Toronto offense, possibly in the coming weeks. So you'll have to keep an eye on that. Some legal trouble for some of our players, some personal issues. There's some things that are going to be changing here. So you'll have to keep an eye on the NFL Insider with the news there. And then, until then, though, I thank you for watching, and I will catch you next time. My name was TayVikes28, and have a great rest of your day.